Hello, happy holidays. Uh, Today's just going to be a short video about how we can start taking the things that we've done over the past few days in building our and reconnecting with our creativity, and how we can turn those ideas into action. I've got family here, so I'm not going to take too much time. Next couple days, I'm probably going to take a little bit of a quiet time and just chill and relax. So I just want to get this to you before the holidays. So turning those ideas into action, we're going to go from brain dump to brainstorming into actually creating that creative outlet, whatever it may be. Get all of your creative ideas out into one place. I have what Barbara Sher calls a scanner's book. It's just a big book. It could be a 3-ring binder. It could be a book I've created. I can show you at another time. It's just this big book of different ideas, different things that I'd like to create, different ideas that I have for businesses, different ideas of things that I'd like to build. And it's just a place where I can put an idea and then have space to work on it later. But it's out of my head and my brain goes, okay, it's in a safe spot. We know where that safe spot is. Not like the safe spot that you lose, but the safe spot that you actually know where things are. And it's a place where I can take ideas from magazines, or I can print things off and I can glue them into this book, and then I can write notes and I can do sketches. So it's a book that I have created that has blank pages like a sketchbook. And it's a place where, regardless of what kind of idea I have, it can go in this book. So you need to have something similar, something where you can just let those ideas flow. And it could be digital. It could be a Pinterest board that you have. It could be Evernote is another one that I use that's digital. I scan pictures or download images and I put them into Evernote. And I also have a scanner book in there. So that's my digital one, as well as an analog one. However you want to do this is perfectly fine. Just as long as you're getting your ideas out of your head and into a physical place that you can find them. If you have an idea, even if you take a note on your phone to put in there later, that's fine. As long as it's something that you can come back to and your brain is not constantly trying to remind you about this great idea that you had. Roy will come up with some brilliant ideas while we're driving. And if I don't take notes or have him record whatever it is that he's thinking about, it's lost. It's lost to the ethers. It will go on to somebody else who will actually accomplish that idea. So you need to have a place that you can write all this stuff down. Once you've done that, prioritize which ideas are most important for you. Which ones excite you the most? Ones that you're like, yes, this is what I want to work on. I want to build this thing. I want to paint this thing. I want to create this business, whatever it may be. But prioritize these things, starting with maybe, even if you go, maybe you want to prioritize it by timeline. I want to accomplish this now. I want to accomplish this in a year, 5 years, 10 years. Or you could prioritize it by creative outlet. You've got art that you want to create, but then you also have a business you want to create. So prioritize it however you want, but give yourself some sort of an idea of how this can be doable. What is it that you can accomplish on this now? Even if you're taking a small step, it's better than not doing anything at all on it. You want to be able to set yourself clear goals. And if you're able to prioritize and say, okay, this is what I want to work on, then you can break it down into those smaller goals and turn those vague dreams into specific, actionable steps. What can I do to move this forward? If you're not able to do that, can I set it aside and work on something else that will get me to where I need to be? A great way to do this is to create a backwards calendar. So you start off with the end result and then work your way backward to a task or an action item that you can do now. I've done this with several big projects, and even though it's something that you have to adjust as you're going along, it's something that helps you to break that down into smaller actions. Also, identify the resources that you have and what you need. Are there tools? Do you need to set aside specific time? Do you need to gain certain skills to be able to bring your ideas into life? So right now, Roy and our middle son Tom are working on a project, and they each need to have these different skills to be able to have this thing come into fruition. Ideas about, knowledge about particular way of doing something, knowledge about the way that the production needs to go, whatever it is, they're learning those things so they can bring this business that they want to create into fruition. You need to create yourself a timeline so that these things will get done. A good way to do that is to do that backwards planning. But you need to have something set in place for that execution, and then commit to it. Commit to yourself. Promise to yourself, and keep that promise to yourself that you're going to have this done. I did the same thing with the videos. I started out with doing 30 days. I was going to do a video every day. And for the most part, I've kept that up, doing a video every day. Now, there are some days when I feel like that's too much and I need to cut back. I think probably eventually I will cut back to having maybe 2-3 videos a week. But right now I'm enjoying this process. I'm practicing being on camera, practicing the way that I speak. I figured out that I say, and so, and a lot. And even though I just did it again, even though I can edit those out for the most part, a lot of that, I still want to be able to be more conscientious of the way that I present myself. And not to present myself in a fake, inauthentic way, but just be more comfortable and more eloquent in my speech. I know that I enunciate well, but it sometimes doesn't feel like it. So that's something that I can work on. If you set yourself up a timeline and you commit to that timeline, you're going to be able to get that project done and feel good about it. Even if you don't end up sharing it with the world, you have accomplished something, and you can feel confident in your abilities to build something else, to create something else, to, inspire someone else to do something. Overcoming that analysis paralysis of not doing anything, recognizing when you're overthinking and not doing anything. That timeline is going to help you with, I've got to learn something else. I have to get more tools. I have to make sure that I have enough time. I can't just have 5 minutes. I have to have 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Thinking too much about this and having that analysis paralysis stops you from even moving forward at all. Start focusing with just one small step. If you have your timeline and you've broken that out, and you realize that the thing that you want to start with is still a little bit too big, break it down a little bit more. Just have one small step that you do each time so that you're moving ahead. If you're working on it once a week, fine. If you're working on it once a day, every other day, it doesn't matter. As long as you're taking the initiative to move forward in whatever it is that you want to move forward in. Use timers. Set those deadlines for yourself. That way that creates a little bit of urgency. That creates a little bit of that urgency for you and builds that momentum. And lastly, let go of perfection. Just take some action. Doing something is better than doing nothing. So taking your ideas, whatever it may be, moving forward with them. Comment down below. Share with me. Tell me what it is that you want to work on, what you plan on working on, what you are working on. I will help encourage you and move you along and say, hey, did you finish whatever it is that you need to get finished? Come to the school community. Join the school community. It's completely free right now. It's completely free. You can come in. You can share with us what you've got working on. You can share with us what you're working on, and you'll have that accountability. You'll have that community of like-minded souls that can help you to bring together the things that you want to bring together. This is the time of the year where we're going through what we accomplished and what we didn't accomplish through the year. We're all to set new goals and get new ideas going. We started out and are continuing to change that story of how our life is and what it is going to be. As you're building this timeline, as you're working through these processes, as you're working through the journal prompts and the action steps, if you've done those, kudos to you. I know that there are so many people who don't do that. They don't make the time to do the things to improve their lives, to change their world for the better. You have it in you to do it. I have the confidence in you. I know you can do it, even when it doesn't feel like anything is going the right way and you haven't accomplished anything. Guys, I'm 56. And for the longest time, I felt like I wasn't doing what I was meant to be doing. I was just kind of floating. I still have those days, but at least I'm getting clearer on what it is that I want to accomplish in my life. This being part of that. You don't have a set timeline. If you're moving forward and you're continuing to evolve and continuing to expand your horizons and become more of the person that you're meant to, clearing away those old blocks, releasing all that negative, getting closer to who you are and what your truth is, that is all you need to be doing. Take some days to just focus on that. The next few days, holidays, there's so much going on. It's so much craziness. Take some time to just kind of shut yourself off and rest, relax, recuperate. Take some time for you. Take some time to see what it is that you want to accomplish and you want to change and you want to be in your life. If you want to continue to live for other people, all the power to you. You do what you want to do. I know for me, yes, it feels like it's selfish. And sometimes I've had people tell me that I am selfish, but you know what? Fuck them. I am tired of living for everybody else. I'm living for me. What makes me feel good? I need more sleep. I cannot survive on 3 to 4 hours of sleep. I can't do it. I can do it for a limited amount of time, but then I'm a miserable bitch. I'm going to be completely honest. So I know these things about me. I know that I love caring about people, but I need to care about me first. And then I can care about those around me. I need to know that I have to have sufficient sleep. I need to know that I can feed myself what I need to feed myself, what I need to, do my rebounder, do the exercises that I need. But it's taken a lot of work to get to being able to be in a space where that shadow doesn't overpower the things that I want to do. I've worked through this shadow and I still have it coming up. So all of these things that we've been talking about in these past few series are coming to the point where it's the end of the year. We're going to start everything fresh and new. What do you want to work on? What is your story going to be? What are you going to create for yourself in your life and in the lives of those around you? How are you going to change what you do so that it impacts those around you in a positive way? Because the only one that can change is you. You cannot change those around you. You can become a better person. You can become more connected with your true self, and in so doing, impact the world around you. It seems like a simple thing to do. It may be simple, but it's not always easy. I want to let you know that you can do it. You can create the story that you want. Do the things that I've suggested. Trust me when I tell you, I've done them and been able to change my life dramatically. They may work for you, they may not, but at least it's something that you can get started with. So, that said, I wish you a happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas. Have a great holiday. Even if you're spending time by yourself, it gives you a great opportunity to work on who you are and what you want to build in your life. Have a great holiday. Remember, live life adventurously. It's the only way to live. See you in the next few days.